Hello and welcome to the Hit It and Quit It challenge. Today I'm playing as Bull Moose Teddy on Deity difficulty. I'm on a Highlands map. Secret Societies mode is on. The Tech and Civic Shuffle mode is not on for reasons that I will explain in just a second. I've got the disaster intensity up to 4 for another reason that I'll explain in just a second. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game. So this start is not a random start. I've handpicked this one because, first of all, this challenge is extremely difficult. But second of all, what is the Hit It and Quit It challenge? It is you scroll to the end of the tech tree, you click the very last tech in the tech tree, you do the same thing for the civic tree, and then you never touch the tech tree again. So you let the queue or the algorithm decide which techs you're going to earn in which order and which civics you're going to earn in which order. So that is one of the reasons I had to handpick a start. It's because the future era is random, so sometimes you have techs at the late information era that don't actually lead anywhere into the future era, so they never get queued up. So I had to handpick the start, but secondly, I wanted to make sure that we had a start that had at least some science and culture in the capital to work immediately to sort of mitigate how difficult this challenge really is, which it doesn't seem that difficult, but let me explain. Let me just go ahead and do the challenge here. So if I click right here, so you can see what I'm talking about with the future era. Robotics, nuclear fusion, and nanotech in this game all go to the future era, so we don't have any problems with stranded techs. We do have some stranded techs, just based on the way that the tree shakes down. For instance, irrigation. I can never build a plantation. So if I find coffee or something like that, I can never improve that tile. I'd have to settle on the tile to get the luxury. And then also holy sites and harbors, they're just out of the game. So I can't go for a religious victory. Going for a diplomatic victory would be even more difficult because I can't build harbors, so I cannot build the Statue of Liberty. Lots of problems. I'm probably going to be going for a diplomatic victory anyway. But on top of this, when I go ahead and click the last tech in the civic tree, Tier 4 governments, they're all terminal nodes. Tier 3 governments, they're all terminal nodes, right? Tier 2 governments, they're all terminal nodes, right? Monarchy leads into theocracy, they're all terminal. So I cannot actually even get a Tier 2 government. I'm going to be working with a Tier 1 government for the entire game, which means I wanted to go for Classical Republic. That has one diplomatic policy slot, which is one reason that I picked Bull Moose Teddy. First of all, you get science and culture for abating the difficulty of the challenge, but secondly, you get one of your diplomatic policy card slots being converted to a wild card slot. Seems like the only way to do this is to go for Bull Moose Teddy, get that extra diplomatic slot, go into Owls, and work it from there. So we're going to settle on this tile up here because this one's a breathtaking tile that has a mountain and a forest next to it, so we'll get a bunch of extra science off that tile. And we wanted to move away from the tundra, pick up some mines and this wheat, I guess. So we're going to immediately work the 2-2-2-2 tile, which sort of makes this game a little bit easier. And I'm going to go ahead and open with the scout to give us some more information about the area around us. Ooh, sorry about that. So, victory conditions that I think might work, either science or diplomacy. I don't think a culture victory would work because you need to get the right text at the right time. For a science victory, I could sort of see that if you have such a strong science economy that you can sort of scramble through the tech tree. There's very many times when I'm playing a science game that I would get all the way to the end of the science tree. But, I mean, you don't really need to get things at critical times for the science. I'm not going to get my Pantheon fast. I guess I should get my Pantheon, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and also take Discipline because you never know when you're going to find Barbarians. In general, I'm not a player that plays with Survey card in. I just don't think it's very good. I'm going to send my Scout this way. I think I might actually open up with Double Scout. Although we do start to get to work on a Settler in 3 turns. Yeah, I think cranking out another scout really quick and then getting a city over here. Maybe actually even on this tile exactly, because there's a 2-2-1 tile to work. Let's look at the appeal. Lots of good appeal here. This is breathtaking, so we would settle on it, get some extra culture. This is breathtaking next to both woods and a mountain. Yeah, this is probably our second settle. Even though it is pretty close to the capital. And the capital is already hurting for tiles. There's lots of tiles over here that this city can pick up, and then the capital can just have... This could be a farm triangle between the two of them. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to move this warrior up here and see what more is up here. I would like to see what's over here as well, but I think exploring around... This is actually a lake. Exploring around the lake is probably better. So a diplomatic victory is also possible. Diplomatic victory is even more difficult than usual, although diplomatic victory is not quite that difficult. But usually speaking, when you're going for a diplomatic victory, you are heavily reliant on building the Statue of Liberty, which gives you 4 diplomatic victory points. I can't build that, which means that I have to somehow come up with 4 diplomatic victory points in another way. And that could be difficult. As a matter of fact, I probably should have run with Christina in the game because she puts 1 more diplomatic victory point in play. I'm probably going to stand on this hill and then back up with this warrior. Oh, there's actually a river over here with horses. That's pretty nice. I guess I found horses. And pottery. We're going to send this scout in this direction. And then we're going to work on a settler because we need to get our second city down. I can delay the monument quite a bit. Oh, there's the Void Singers. I'm considering going for like a faith-based economy this time because we have so many breathtaking tiles. If I can pick up Earth Goddess, then I have a bunch of faith that I could use to spend on, say, Great People. Not a whole lot of things that I could do with it. I could also get Moksha and use that for district buying, but I think that might be too many governor promotions to worry about. I do have a promotion available now, and because I have such a strong science and culture game, getting Pingala in the capital as quickly as possible and giving him that librarian ability to give the increase in science and culture would be really, really good. Another thing that I could do is I could get Magnus and appoint him and get him with the settlers don't consume a population card. I think that could be good too, because you have to think about like extra settlers being worth a bit of science and culture in the capital. Actually, we're not working the right tile right now. I think we need to work that one instead. Yeah, I think I will. I'll probably take Pingala for the short term. Because we're already, based on the tiles that we have, we're already working as the maximum amount of science and culture. So Magnus won't really help us in terms of culture. There's a barbarian outpost over here. I'm going to come get the kill on this barbarian outpost. There seems to be a lot of good hills over here, but where's fresh water? Oh, look, there's fresh water. So maybe settling on this tile so I can work the 2 wheat, if I could build farms on them, and then also this 1-3 tile. Pick up all of this. I could also settle on this river. Maybe on the horses exactly, because if I settle over here, that actually makes one of these tiles better, but I could also put a mine on this tile later. So one of the reasons for Diplomatic Victory is that Diplomatic Victory cares the most about production, and I think I'll have strong success with production. Okay, those are my mods that are asking me, do I want... I should probably turn those off. I guess it's too late for that. I have mods that ask me if I want to swap away from text and civics. Let me just show you my mods. All cosmetic and user interface. There's nothing that actually changes the gameplay. We're going to take a hit against that camp. I don't think we earned the promotion, but I'll just fortify. There's Candy, which is good to have a city-state so close by. We'll probably want to start trading with that city-state. There is definitely a settle over here. Let's look at the appeal of the tiles. So that's a breathtaking tile, but it is not next to a forest or a mountain, so it doesn't give me any extra yields. And the fact that there's no... I'll probably have to delay this because I'll want to find breathtaking settlements to get extra science and culture very early in the game. That's basically the main reason that I was playing Bull Moose Teddy, is in the very early game, you really need to pick the right text and civics. And so since I can't pick the right text and civics, I'm going to maximize all the possible chances that I have of earning those civics and texts in time. For example, I think we've already finished craftsmanship and foreign trade. Usually I would go for one or the other and then get into early empire very quickly, but I'll earn early empire in 7 turns, which means that I really haven't delayed early empire all that much. I'm kind of thinking maybe a smaller empire this time. If I can have just, 7 or 8 cities, and then use those to catapult me into the end of the game. Of course, I am on a Highlands map, and I've been thinking about running Highlands. I really like Highlands. I think it's a really good map script, but I'm kind of thinking like maybe I should run... There's our promotion. Maybe I should run it with at least one more player to eat up some of the extra space. Lots of barbarians around us, but I feel comfortable sending the scout by itself, or the settler by itself. And we're now actually... I guess I have to eat my words that we were going to miss out. Oh, I have the tile locked, that's why. I like taking another settler here, but I think maybe squeaking out a granary is really the right call because the capital has some food problems. That'll also give me a little more time to unlock a couple more secret societies and potentially get some more governor promotions that would make Magnus worth it for when we're building settlers. Alright, there's the clearing camp. Oh, there's Sahara. And we found the Hermetic Order for that. I'm really pretty locked into Owls of Minerva because I'm going to have a tough time establishing relationships with city-states. That's another reason that a diplomatic victory is more difficult, because if you look at governments, they all have a different number of envoy points or influence points per turn. As you ascend in governments, it gets more and more of a deficit in the tier 1 government. We're gonna be stuck in Classical Republic for the entire game. So every turn that I'm in Classical Republic instead of Merchant Republic, I'm only getting half the benefit of my government in terms of influence points, but also in terms of policy slots. I mean, this is pretty rough. That's another reason to go for Owls, is Owls gives you trade routes that you can send to city-states and gives you more envoy points. I'll probably also be using my spies in ways to reduce the amount of envoys that other cities have sent to other players. Did we get the first? We did get the first meet on Lahore, and we must have also satisfied its quest. We didn't unlock the owls just yet, which is a little troubling. I'll have to find another city-state somewhere, but I do have multiple scouts, so that's good. We've been scouted by barbarians, which means I probably need to run this warrior back. Should have done that a while ago, but I do have 186 gold. I'm just going to go ahead and buy... Well, I can't afford an archer. I've already discovered archery. You know what? Let's decide our pantheon first. So the obvious pantheon choice is Earth Goddess, because we have so many breathtaking tiles. So already we have 2 breathtaking tiles that are earning us extra culture and extra science per turn. If they earned us extra faith per turn, that aligns with our incentives already. We already have an incentive to finding and maintaining appealing tiles. So getting extra benefit from that makes a lot of sense. There also probably aren't any other good choices. Goddess of the Hunt could be good if we have a lot of tundra. Nope, Goddess of the Hunt is not good. What about Culture from Pastures? 1, 2, 3, 4 pastures, 5, maybe 6, 7. Culture from Pastures could be good, but I already have so much culture. What about Reeds and Marshes? Because this land is really productive. Or would be really productive with Lady of the Reeds and Marshes. But that's the only opportunity, so I don't think that I would need Lady of the Reeds and Marshes for a single city. I think it sort of has to be... I could take fertility rights to get the free builder and improve my capital. I think it sort of has to be Earth Goddess. That way I can just use that extra faith to buy great people at clutch opportunities. Like playing the World Games, or whatever it is, the World's Fair, where you earn great people points. I'm probably going to have a tough time with that, so... Oh, I was going to... Yeah, let's go ahead and buy a warrior in here to take care of this... I mean, I would rather get the kill on the scout before I get raided. I'm thinking about delaying for an archer, because there's no way that I'll be able to afford an archer. I'll have to produce an archer, which will delay my 3rd city a lot. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna buy a warrior and try to kill that scout before I get raided. Because an early raid would be pretty bad. I'm already playing from behind quite a bit. We do have 2 more governor titles available. We're not producing any settlers yet, so I'll want to be efficient with this governor promotion when I get there. I could also maybe get Liang for like an early builder out of Philadelphia. Yeah, this is just amazing. I'm guessing the 1 production is probably worth the 2 faith, especially this early in the game. What are we going to do with all that faith? I'm going to get to work on a granary in here to grow this city. It's going to take a long time, but... Yeah, I'm probably going to get Magnus and get the provision card so that I can build settlers out of my capital comfortably, because my capital has a food problem. But we'll get there in a second. What I'd like to do is find the Owls of Minerva. I wonder if I could carry this game off of Void Singers, because Void Singers does give you even more extra science and culture. Oh, we got a free builder! Well, that's excellent, because we're already working this tile. Which I guess the governor changed his mind. I tend to let the game decide unless there's something really egregious. And I think it's about a trade-up to get, or a toss-up between that 1 production and that 2 faith and extra culture. But now it's not even, there's not even a decision about it. Although, if I build a mine here, that would reduce, yeah, I can't actually build a mine there because this tile, we want this tile to be breathtaking. As a matter of fact, I should probably just buy this tile. Because it will give me 2 science per turn. And so to increase my science output by 20% right now, that would be amazing. Yeah, so next turn we'll buy this tile for sure, unless it grows. For now, I guess I'll send this builder to the capital and let the capital have a little bit of extra breathing room. This warrior's going to come down here to Washington. Okay, so we're almost up to 3 population. It's time to take another settler. Get another city down. Maybe the city over here next to the Wonder, in fact. I'm gonna let this sort of be the edge of my empire. Maybe put a city over here. Oh, that's actually a reef. So this would be a +5 campus. So yeah, if I settle on a plains hill right here, I get to work the horses immediately, maybe even get a pasture on the horses, and then I have a couple of farms to work. What's the appeal over here? This has got to be really good appeal because there's tons of mountains. Actually, not that great. Although these two do have good appeal because they're actually pretty far away from that. I have to buy out for those. It's kind of wonky because I don't want to settle the city off water. I definitely want to settle the city on water. But I'd have to go buy those tiles. I don't know if this is my 3rd city. Especially because the campus is... I mean, it's a really good campus, but... There's another city up here. There's a city up here for sure. Actually, this is a pretty good city. These are all going to be really good appeal tiles. Even though there's marshes around here, because they're touching the wonders. Look, breathtaking 4, breathtaking 4. I could put a district on here. It's a shame there. I don't see a flat desert tile to build the Petra in this city, because that would be amazing. But I kind of like either settling right here and just leaking out that extra science and culture on the base tile, or settling right here and picking up a couple more tiles. I'm thinking the right play would be to settle right here, because I get the extra appeal and stuff on the base of the city, so I don't have to work it, because it's just a 3 food tile and it doesn't give me any production. Yeah, I'm gonna make that my 3rd city. So that means when I get to around 5 turns left on the settler, then I will want to switch out Magnus for Pingala. Especially because around then is when Philadelphia is going to grow to have more population and be able to safely house Pingala. Okay, so we are not working that tile. We definitely want to work this extra tile to pick up more population in the capital. I mean, at least we want more production. That extra culture is not as useful to us right now. The opportunity, or sorry, the return on investment for culture. Okay, this barbarian camp must be pretty far away, or I'm scaring him off in the wrong direction. So either the camp's down here and he's just never making it back, or we're going to get raided from way out there. I guess I'm okay with either possibility. So we have 3 more titles in the bank, so I can get Magnus and surplus logistics and provision. Could do that. I think it's probably better to take connoisseur or researcher. You know, why don't we just go ahead and pull the switcheroo? Let's move him to Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and appoint Magnus to the capital. And let us promote Magnus with the provision card. And I have one more title available. Still looking for owls. I'm not going to settle for anything else. I think I have to go for owls. And let's take researcher, because I think that most of our breathtaking tiles are going to give us extra culture. Yeah, let's do that. Science is, well, until we get to political philosophy, I guess culture is a little bit better in the immediate term. But we're getting to political philosophy pretty soon here. Actually, not that bad, like, in terms of the average pace of a game. Not that late of a political philosophy. I'm reluctant to build mines on here because we would remove the breathtaking status, but I will come build mines down here. Like, right there where there's no breathtaking. This isn't even breathtaking, so whatever. It's kind of weird, like... Obviously the instinct is to improve the tiles, but building bad improvements on the tiles can wreck your day. Still looking for another city-state. There's another player. Am I ready to meet this player? I guess not. I think I'm gonna back off. Likewise, if the barbarian's all the way over here, then that barbarian camp is his problem. Or her problem. Spice is down here. That actually might imply that there's another settle. Probably not. I think we just have to give up that spices tile, even though, like, one good tile doesn't make an entire city. I think I'll save this builder charge, or these builder charges for later. But I'll come try to find this barbarian camp. Alright, we're running away. Oh wow, there's lots of good tiles. What's the appeal over here? No appeal. I suppose if I removed this exact rainforest, then that might become... No, not even that. Oof. Right, because it's -1 for each rainforest. Right, appeal. Neighborhoods and... -1 for each adjacent rainforest. Still, just the sheer amount of productivity in that area and the fact that I could settle on a river means like maybe settling right here on this tile would be worth it. Yeah, it is a plains hill, but if I settle on this tile, then I don't have to give up the rainforests. Oh, I was not going to meet him. Okay, so we are getting raided even though the settler or the scout never made it back to the camp, which is unfortunate. I guess that means that I have to buy an archer. You know what? I'm actually going to move over here and try to get this farm for the capital. Because the capital is going to have a growth problem. 10 turns until the ancient era is over. It hardly feels like it should be. Holy, 3 tiles. Is this a lake? Yeah, this is a lake, so I can settle wherever I want, actually. In which case... Oh, there's a rainforest or a forest fire happening in there. If I settle on this tile, then I don't pick up any of this stuff. Oh boy, there's just lots of yields up there. Maybe loyalty will help me out in making a decision up there. I'm gonna just back up all the way. Let them come to my capital and use the city's defense to get the bopping done. Yeah, we're gonna come settle the Wonder. I have 142 gold. It'll take me 5 turns to get an archer. What if I run the Agoge card? I don't think I should. I think I should actually just keep the barbarian card slotted in. It'll only take me 5 turns to make this. 5 turns is worth it. Let's also not bank on buying an archer. Let's just go ahead and buy this tile, put a farm on it, and then we want to make sure that Well, I guess I didn't need to buy that tile. What if I worked this? Would it delay the archer a whole lot? It would delay the archer by an entire turn, but I get to grow faster. I think that's probably worth it. Like, this is not an emergency, necessarily, to get this archer. I'm going to give Philadelphia an extra food tile. Might as well. And then that'll help me get feudalism later. I'm thinking in the later part of the game, the boots are going to be more important. There's Norway. Norway's going to hate me because I'm never going to build boats. And he's going to be like, why don't you build boats? There's Hong Kong. We did not get an envoy to send to Hong Kong. Can I have a delegation? Can I have friendship? No? Okay. Right, gonna step the warrior into the capital and just fortify. Gonna let my warriors start coming back over. It's a weird, wonky situation. Like, maybe I settle on the dyes, because the dye is a plantation. Yeah. Settle on the dyes. Am I really gonna get the land all the way up here? Probably not. There's probably a player somewhere in here. Maybe some of this land could be mine. Like, there's some lakes over here. There's a lot of good tiles, lots of mines and stuff. I could chop a woods here and then have a farm triangle for a city to work. It's on a lake. Yeah, I think I like this. And what's the appeal over here? Yeah, so actually this is breathtaking, and this is breathtaking. Nothing to spare, so improving these tiles would actually be really difficult. So if I settle on the horses, then I don't... I think settling on the tundra hills might be the best, because that way I get to actually work the tile. It's a bad tile, so I don't necessarily want to work the tile, but settling the city center on the tile will actually improve it, and then... yeah, and then I could work the horses. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Although the Eiffel Tower is a very good wonder for Buenos Teddy, and I probably would want to build it. The number one wonder that I want to build is the Patala Palace, because the Patala Palace gives you another diplomatic card, which will flip into a wild card, and we'll get +1 more diplomatic favor forever. He wants a delegation, that means he probably wants a friendship, maybe? Would you like to be friends? No, okay. Well, I think we'll focus on trying to make friends with him. Maybe we don't even need to be friends with him, I don't know. We'll focus on that in the next one. We will finish our archer, and then we'll deal with our barbarian threat and get our third city settled in the next episode. For now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please also subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.